Hello, friend. I'm Randall Terry. You're watching Voice of Resistance. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. One of the questions that we need to ask is, how devout is a Muslim? Now, that might sound, well, what do you mean, Randall? I mean, like devout, like how devout is a Christian, or how devout is a Buddhist? How serious do they take their faith? Exactly. How devout are they? And the way you tell a Muslim's devotion is their commitment, not just to reading the Quran or to praying, but their commitment to the Hadith, to Sharia law, to the example of Muhammad, to restoring the Caliphate. These are words, dear friend, that we have to learn. Now, I'm going to explain to you how you can be an asset in your community. So picture a group of people going to a mosque. Dress up, look nice, call the press, let the police know you'll be there. Don't go in, stand on the outside and say, we call on the people of this mosque, and especially the leaders, to publicly state two things. One, that they want the U.S. military to annihilate ISIS in the Middle East. We want them to kill the ISIS fighters. And two, we renounce any plan, hope, dream of restoring the Caliphate. Those two things. Now, for someone who doesn't understand Islam, they may say, well, man, that's really obtuse, or of course they'd want to kill the Muslim terrorists. No. Listen. Muhammad taught that if a Muslim helps an unbeliever against another Muslim, that they're an apostate, that they will burn in hell. He taught that it is okay for other Muslims to kill apostates. He said, "O Muslims, beware, do not take Christians and Jews for your friends. He who is a friend of them is one of them, and God does not guide the unjust people." If a Muslim stands up publicly and says, ISIS must be destroyed, and ISIS gets their address, ISIS could issue a hit on them, a death sentence, or so could Al-Qaeda. Do you understand that's why they're not troubled? ISIS and Al-Qaeda and other Muslim terrorists, they're not upset when they launch an attack and some nominal Muslims are killed. Their solution, their ideology, their religious response is very simple. They were helping the Christians and the Jews. They're one of them. And Muhammad said we can kill them. And so by calling on a mosque leadership to say we want to see ISIS annihilated, then we see where their loyalty lies. Is their loyalty to the U.S., to the United States, or is it to Islam? Is it to our freedoms, or is it to Sharia law? Now let's go to the discussion about Sharia law. I think in some ways it's the wrong question. It's almost a straw man. The question could be, and I propose to you that you ask, will you give up any hope or dream? Will you renounce any claim to restoring the Caliphate? The Arabic word Khalifa is a word that means successor. So when you ask a group of Muslims, will you give up? You ask a mosque, I want you to publicly state that you give up. You renounce any claim to restoring the Caliph, the successor of Muhammad. That's where you'll see what they're made of. That's where you'll see it, because think about this. Sharia law repeatedly refers to the Caliph will do this, the Caliph will do that. The Caliph is the successor of Muhammad. He's the enforcer of the rules. He's the one who enforces Sharia law. So if a group of Muslims in an American mosque want to restore the Caliphate, by definition, they want Sharia law. By definition, they want jihad, because Sharia law says that the Caliph shall wage war against infidels. The Caliph shall take hostages and decide if they will be killed, or if they will be enslaved, or if they'll be released. If they want the Caliph, if there's mosques in America that want the Caliph, and they do, by definition, they are enemies of the United States of America, because the Caliph is a completely separate government with a completely separate leader that is committed to our enslavement. Oh yeah, the Caliphate is committed to instituting Sharia law. Sharia law doesn't even function without a caliph. That's why the question has to be, will you renounce any claim to the restoration of the Caliphate? And if they won't, then you know you're dealing with people who are committed to the overthrow of our systems of law and putting in place slavery for non-Muslims, because that's what Sharia law is, and it's executed by the caliph. I'll be right back.